Okay guys, welcome back to the channel. This reading today was intended to be for Leo, but it doesn't have to be for Leo. If this doesn't necessarily apply to you or the person who is trying to come through for this and Leo doesn't resonate, please just disregard. But I set the intention to do the reading today for Leo, and in doing that, I did pull a message from somebody's spouse from the other side. Now, I left the cards here because this was a message that I pulled for myself to kind of get into understanding the background of the story before pulling cards on camera. And Spirit told me to leave everything as is and explain the process to you guys so that you guys better understand how that I am pulling the messages forth. And, maybe this doesn't really interest any of you and you can skip forward if you're just looking for the actual message. But for whatever reason, I was feeling called to leave this out and explain the back end process to you guys. So this has been going on for a couple days now, probably 3 days now, where I've been getting this person trying to come through to me. And if you watch my other Leo video, you'll see how I said there was someone trying to come through, and I'm going to get to that. Well, when I sat down to do Leo again, it became more strong as my day has gone on today. So I do think possibly this is somebody who will connect with Leo in whatever way that may be. The month of August may be important, I don't know, or July. So what I was seeing, so a couple days ago, I went outside. I let my dog out on the back patio, and a white butterfly had just flown right in front of the door as I opened it, which isn't uncommon right now. There's a lot of butterflies out there, and it's a pretty common occurrence, but usually I see the yellow butterflies. This was the first time I'd opened the door and seen the white butterfly just fly right in front of my face, which was so beautiful. And then I thought, okay, that's got to be important. So I've been learning to actually pick up and take these signs as literal messages instead of just coincidences. I've been paying more attention to the signs that are crossing my path. And so then when I seen the white butterfly, I stopped for a minute and I said, okay, what is this trying to tell me? Literally 3 seconds later, a blue jay flies right into the avocado tree, which right outside my back door, there's an avocado tree. And so as I'm letting my dog out, I'm standing there, I see the white butterfly. I'm like, okay, maybe this is a sign. I stood there for a few more seconds and a blue jay comes flying in front of me, goes right into the avocado tree. And I just stopped for a second. I'm like, okay, that is for sure a sign because it was the brightest, prettiest blue, had the white underbelly, and I see a lot of doves in my area and the little blackbirds. Not too crazy familiar with all the different bird types and names. Although I've been trying to be more sorry, I just hit the mic, more aware and trying to, Google them and find out their names. So when Googling, I was trying to figure out what this bird was. I'm like, do we even have blue jays here? Did I just see a blue jay? Was it a blue bird? Are they the same? It leads you, I have ADHD, so it leads you down, a rabbit hole of Googling blue jays and bluebirds and where they're from and what they eat and just all the things, right? So I landed on the assumption that it was a scrub jay based on my geographical location, the time of year. So anyways, it was a pretty little blue bird, flew right in front of me. And then I thought, okay, so this was what started the somebody trying to come through. And then I asked Spirit, is somebody trying to come through to me? Is this a message telling me that somebody on the other side is trying to gently ask permission to come through? So I went into meditation that night and I was told, yes, there is a gentleman trying to come through. And of course, I was just telling my guides, like, yes, of course, if this is being guided by you and this is 100% protected, let the message come through. So messages have been starting to show themselves to me and coming through over the past few days. Sorry, I know this introduction is getting really long, but I have to give you guys the full context. So that night I was getting ready for bed and, before I go into bed, I turned my porch light off. So I was looking out the window, getting ready to turn the porch light off, and there's a white cat sitting on my front porch. So we have the porch and then there's, I almost just dumped my drink everywhere. So there's like a little fence around the porch, Anyways, there's a white cat sitting there. I've never seen a cat sitting there before, not ever. So, and it was a white cat and it had little gray paws, but mostly white. And I was like, wow, okay, that's significant. I'm going to make a note of that. So the next day, I was listening to some podcast and I was hearing something about, it was just in passing. I don't remember exactly. I'm trying to remember how I don't know if it was like TikTok or scrolling. It wasn't anything I was Googling, but it was, gosh, I'm sorry guys, I don't remember, but it was something about a honeymoon death. And then I thought, okay, is this a sign for me? So then I kind of like filed it away. I don't remember where this came through. Anyway, so they were talking about, you know, the tragedies that happen on honeymoons where newlyweds lose their spouses. And so I thought, okay, well, I'm not going to make that fit. That could be coincidence, even though we all know there are no coincidences. So then today I get up and I'm doing my prayer and journaling, and I can't stop thinking about that bluebird and the white cat and the white butterfly and um just so I'm like, okay. I know. Just sit down and do Leo because this is when it started to come through. And so then I heard, the dog starts barking at the door, and I'm like, all right, let's go see what he's barking at. It was the mailman. I walk outside to get the mail, and there was this feather right outside my door. I know this is probably a dove feather, and uh, it's probably not a coincidence. There was a cat on my porch, but take all the, you know, um, logical explanations aside, and I thought, okay. Whoever's trying to come through, I'm picking up the information. I'm gonna go sit down. I'm gonna do this Leo reading. I hear you loud and clear. I know you're wanting this to come through. I've accepted the invitation. I'm here to listen to you. So then I sat down. I pulled a few cards. I pulled, my 3 cards. I went into meditation and I was asking Spirit, let this person come through. Show me what they look like so that I can give validation to whoever viewer this is for. And so when I sat down to do meditation, I was asking specifically for physical features to describe the gentleman coming through. Now, I don't believe in coincidences. I'm going to say this so many times. Every single thing from the time I start my day to the messages that come through to the cards on the table to the choices that I make, we're already here. It's already a long introduction. I'm just going to go into it with you guys. Like, I take every single thing as a sign when I'm tapped in and I'm trying to connect with somebody. Like, we have tons of different energy drinks in the refrigerator. So I don't think this was a coincidence that this is the one that I pulled out. Different colors, different flavors, different brands. Me and my son, we love energy drinks. But purple started to make itself very, very apparent to me. I have tons of these crystals, as you'll see in different videos. So the blue and the green. So when I sat down, I was asking for physical features. First thing that came out, I'm seeing the blue eye in here. They're telling me greenish blue eyes, hazel eyes. I don't know if they change colors, if they're a light color, if this color actually is maybe, I don't even know if you guys can see, but maybe significant, like a light green, light greenish blue, greenish yellow blue. That was coming through very strongly to me in terms of an eye color. I do see this person with dark hair. This person may not have had long hair at the time of his passing, but I see long hair being significant, whether it was like a Native American background. I'm seeing the feather, and in my vision, I was seeing longer hair. So that could be further validation for somebody. I was told the initials J and R, like Ray J, JR Jr., the name J, the name Ray, the name Jerry. Something with J and R could be significant. I'm going to pull tiles at the end also just to validate some of the things that are on here. And actually, I'm going to clear this whole spread and re-pull cards for you to see if anything continues to make itself known. But moving on. So this person described itself to me in meditation, in communion with spirit, that they had darker hair, long hair. At one point, the long hair is going to be significant. It doesn't mean that they passed with long hair. Maybe all throughout their childhood they had long hair, or they've always wanted to have long hair. They recently just cut all their hair off before this wedding that I'm seeing. That is definitely going to be significant, because when I was sitting there questioning the long hair, I'm like, am I seeing long hair? Like, is this real? What came on the radio, and I have just notes over here I wrote, okay, so that song, You're Too Sweet for Me, I'll Take My Whiskey Neat. So just last night, I was watching a TikTok video. There's so many platforms I can't keep track. So I was watching a TikTok video, and this guy, brilliant, beautiful voice, was singing the song, and he sings it over and over again because it's getting a lot of attention. And he has long hair, and I wonder if I could find it for you guys. Just incredible. And I want to show you, because when this song came on in the background, I immediately saw this guy's face, and he did. I'm gonna go check. I don't even know if he has light eyes. I don't even know if that's important, but it looks just like this guy. So I may pause and cut this video if you guys see that it cuts at this point, because I'm going to try to find the guy. Okay, guys, I found him. Okay, so I'm probably cutting out all that time I spent searching because that's super annoying. But I wanted to show you guys. I guess his name is Ryan Mitchell Sings. Absolutely incredible. But this is the vision of the person I got in my head when asking for what this person looked like. I don't know if this person likes to sing, if they have long hair, if maybe this song resonates with you guys. Whiskey, I don't know. There's something significant about this. I'm putting it out there. But I'm showing you guys because I freaking love this. So just look. Yeah. So okay, so I just wanted to show you guys that because for some reason that is going to be important to you. And then as I was showing you guys, oh my gosh, I'm laughing because, and I'm getting like teary eyed. I don't know what just happened to me, but when I was showing you guys, I forgot that he was cutting an avocado in that freaking video. The blue scrub jay, blue jay, whoever flew into my avocado tree. So avocados might be important. Yeah, see, all these things are not a coincidence. The color purple, like I was mentioning, this is not an ad, not sponsored, although I wish that'd be super cool. But is okay, so the wedding. I feel like the wedding colors were purple. Purple will be somebody's favorite color. There was significance with the color purple. That's also strongly coming out to me. So then after I was getting this initial message about, I felt like I was communicating with a younger groom who passed away either on a honeymoon or right after a honeymoon, right before a wedding. There was something significant about the wedding date, which intuitively I'm feeling this was right after a wedding because there was references in meditation about a last dance. So maybe that last dance was special. But so then I was like, I'm just going to shuffle and pull some cards just to see, like, okay, before I turn the camera on, because as you guys know, I'm still a baby medium. I still always second guess myself. I'm always asking spirit for validation. This has been hard for me to accept. I'm not like 100% fully in this to where I'm like, yeah, I'm confident. I talk to your loved one. I'm always like, nope, I need validation, spirit. Like, I'm not going on here and telling somebody I communicated with someone unless you tell me 500 times, like, this is the message I'm getting. So I'm like, okay, before I turn on the camera, I'm going to pull cards, pretend the camera's going, and see if whatever I tell these people actually shows up in the cards. Lo and behold, it never ever fails. Spirit never lets me down, and they're just every day being so patient with me and showing me that my gifts are developing and they're real and that I can trust them. So I wanted to show this to you guys because, okay, so then I was like, okay, Spirit, show me what I'm seeing in meditation, validate for me this person I'm connecting with, give me more information. When I sat down to do this, when I was just shuffling the cards, water kept coming out. This card specifically, I kept seeing before I even pulled it. So then I thought, okay, was this like a water accident, a boating accident? And then that immediately popped into my head. I was staring at, the crystals and the blue was standing out to me more. And then I'm like, okay. And then up here we have the animal, the rainbow, the rainmaker. So then I thought, okay, water was significant. And then these were the first two cards that were actually pulled out. And I set them aside because they actually fell out before I pulled the six. So this came out, the Two of Cups, and they literally look like they're in wedding attire with the card that kept showing itself to me in shuffle. So here we have, a wedding, and then, like, I don't know if this was vacation, a honeymoon, you guys were somewhere overseas, something to do with water, whatever happened. I feel like it was strongly associated with a wedding. I'm just noticing the purple flowers in the background here. And then, so that was validating to me. Yes, this is centered around some sort of wedding celebration, overseas, having to do with water. And then, okay, so then we pull 6 cards. First one, 4 of Wands, is telling me housing, celebration, family, and then all the purple here again. This can also signify wedding celebrations. And then here, further validating for me, I just seen, this is the High Priestess, but I see this as a bride, and then the Ace of Cups. So a celebration with a bride around love. This is wedding. That's wedding to me. And then the 3 that came out after that, the 10 of Wands, heavy burdens, the 5 of Wands, conflict. I often read this as like family conflict, conflict among friends. These are conflicts with people that are close to you, so not necessarily like enemies. These are people you actually care about, coworkers, families, friends, passionate people you're passionate about or have emotions with. These are those types of arguments and disagreements. And then I'm seeing the loss here, the 5 of Pentacles, financial loss, financial burdens, arguments with family around financial burdens, and maybe just because of the heavy emotional burdens they're carrying. And I do feel like there was some sort of financial burden that was left when this death happened, whether that be around the wedding or something. There was a big emphasis on them telling me that they're sorry for the financial burdens that they left on you and the family in their passing, even though it wasn't intentional. There's a strong emphasis on they know the financial burdens that you're facing due to their death, and they're so sorry that they left you with that. So that was important. When I was looking at the 5 of Wands, I asked Spirit to clarify that. Like, what is this argument about? Were they fighting on the wedding, before the wedding? Was this in regards to them or the family after their passing? And literally, this came out to clarify for me death. So I was told that after the passing, there was some sort of significant family argument. I don't know if this was, they don't believe it was an accident, or there was conflict within the family because of how the passing happened, or this could be like an I told you so, why'd you guys go there, why'd you do this, I knew this would happen, or why'd you spend all that money, I told you guys that trip was too expensive and now look what happened. Something around money, family conflicts around this passing. I do believe it was a wedding. I think purple is significant for terms of the wedding. I feel like I'm communicating with a male with dark, longer hair at some point in his life with light colored eyes. They passed on vacation due to water. They had a message strongly coming through of just being sorry for the financial burdens that they left you with, and just the emotional burdens they left you with. I mean, this was supposed to be the happiest day of your life. And then I'm talking really fast, guys. I'm really sorry. If you need to slow this down, slow it down. But it's coming to me so fast right now. And they're just saying to me, like, the last dance. I don't know if you guys shared a special dance or if it was just funny, or they're thanking you for that last dance. You made them so happy in the short time that they got with you. And I'm feeling like a really younger person. Like you guys didn't have like a 10-year engagement. This wasn't somebody who was together for a long time and then decided to get married. I feel like it was kind of a whirlwind of emotions, in terms of we meet, we date for a year, we fall in love heavily, we get married. Like, you haven't spent more than just a couple years together. This is a younger couple for sure, adventurous. I see adventure. You guys like to go either camping, hiking, taking the boat out. This was a very active family who enjoyed being out in nature. And I heavily got like religious ties, people who went to church, like went out, had picnics and camping and hiking after church. This was somebody who was very spiritual, had a good, well-rounded family, a young couple for sure is what I'm picking up on. And then, of course, when I was just doing this pretend little pull, I'm like, okay, I always end the reading with oracle cards. Let me pull the oracle cards and see what comes out. Bear with me, guys. It's just my own little whatever. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna pull a couple oracle cards to end the fake little. Someday I'll stop dropping my phone in these readings. But I was like, I will pull a couple oracle cards to end my pretend reading. Anyways, so this is what came out: the fates and why. Like, and then again, it's showing me here when I was picking up on the bride with the wings. And then this is how the woman comes through again with the wings. I'm just connecting these two as the fates. I'm talking to the bride for sure. This is meant for the bride. And then the why, and then I'm seeing again, this is a gentleman with longer hair. I'm seeing, the wings. and then like, why? The fates. Why did this happen to me? Why are we experiencing this? How could this happen? Why me? Right? I'm seeing this over and over again. I just got married, found the love of my life. I'm sitting here alone. Why? Why me? You're really struggling. And I just seen this as the Bible. Like, you're really struggling with your faith and asking God, why would you do this to me? Like, why would you do this to me? I have given my whole life to you, or whatever religious way this applies to you in your faith. I feel like you're really struggling with your faith and questioning why did this happen to me? And then in the fates card, in the fates book, I pulled it out to read. So 17 and 31 could be significant. This could be dates or ages, something here. So then what I was seeing, what I read in the book here, it says acceptance that there are things that you cannot change and knowing what those things are. So I'm just going to briefly read this to you guys because I feel like it could be important, because it kind of just sums up everything I was seeing. It says the Serenity Prayer sums up the meaning of this card. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. There are things in life you will never have control over. The conditions brought on by the evolution of the collective, by nature, and by your past experiences may be fated, preordained by spirit for a greater purpose that you cannot understand in this lifetime. It may not be in your cards to understand why certain events have occurred, but you can accept the mystery and work with what those events and your current circumstances have to teach you. This is the wisdom contained in the Serenity Prayer. So, and then with the why, I feel like you're really questioning God, why? And it's telling me that the advice here is just as hard as it is just to understand that God always has a bigger purpose for these things in our life. Your person is strongly coming through with messages for you to let you know they're still with you. They're sorry for the burdens that they've left you with. I'm seeing burdens financially and just disruption within the family that you've been left with here. And yeah, so I'm going to pull just a couple more cards to end the reading with, because I don't want to take this off the table. I feel like this was important. I know you guys didn't see me pull these, and take it as you will. If you don't believe this is your message because the cards were already on the table before I started this, then that's fine. But I am going to pull probably two. I'm going to pull two from each of these decks, just to give you guys further clarification from a whole new deck to see if any repeating cards want to come out for you. This is the Light Seers, and then I'm going to pull two from the Mermaids. All right, Spirit, come through for whoever this is for. Let them know that their loved one is here. Give me signs, symbols, or a message of guidance from their spirit guides on how to move through this tragic loss and pain. Show me two cards that this person needs to see regarding this situation. Ooh. Queen of Wands. Another Leo card. Maybe Leo is the wife I'm communicating with. I'm seeing the cat sitting by her lap. The cat I've seen maybe significant, maybe. All right, there it is, guys. Thank you, Spirit. I always get the validation I need. The Queen of Wands with the Four of Wands again, which is the marriage celebration card. I got the bride with the Four of Wands here. Purple's coming through again for me here. Again, telling me a wedding, and I'm speaking to a bride. Freaking incredible. All right. Thank you, Spirit, for doing that. I love you. I appreciate you. And I'm sorry I doubt you so much. I'm going to pull two more from this deck just to show what maybe the advice is from this person. Any last words that they want to leave you with. Spirit, let this person come through. Show me signs and symbols to relate the message to their loved one on how to move forward to find peace. What is it that they want to say? Give me two cards. I'm seeing the candles on the Queen of Wands. I'm seeing this as like an intimate wedding, maybe candlelit. Is significant. Ooh. Whoa. So these all just flew out. This one stayed in my hand and this one is just sitting on top. So I want to show you guys. The two tens, the 10 of Cups, wish fulfillment, family, love, celebration, gatherings, 10 of Pentacles, family legacies. I'm seeing two families coming together for a wedding. both of these are showing me families, but I'm seeing pentacles and cups. I'm seeing two different groups of people. I mean, you can even see the arches here are reflecting it's like two families coming together to celebrate this wedding. Like, beautiful. And then I'm just also feeling intuitively that these two families could be feuding about something. The message just keeps coming through. I don't know what it is. Okay, help me understand what it is they're fighting over and why that's important. What is the message with the family conflict at play? Ooh, the High Priestess again just flipped out. Secrets. They feel like they feel like there's secrets here, that they don't know the full story, or they're questioning what happened. They feel like they don't have the full truth. Maybe they feel like they don't have all the information. Are they questioning the circumstances of this? All right, Spirit, give me 2 final cards for the final message they want the collective, the family, the person, the bride, whoever I'm speaking to know about this situation with the family. Give me 2 cards. Oh, Queen of Pentacles and the Moon. Okay, the Moon is significant. Is this a conflict with the groom's mother? That she feels like she doesn't have all of the information, the Moon being in the dark about something. She doesn't feel like, okay, I'm going to grab 2 more from this deck. I'm not getting it, but I'm getting little pieces. This is a mother that's maybe in conflict with the bride. All right, Spirit, please be more clear. Give me 2 more cards. What is this person want to say about the conflict with the family, with the mother, with the bride and the mother? 6 of Pentacles, King of Wands. Okay, again with the money. I can't explain it. I don't know really what this is, but there's an imbalance with the money. Someone feels like they should be paid back for something, or they're asking for a handout. They're raising money. There's conflict around money that was raised. There's disputes about money that's strongly coming through. Whoa, I just closed my eyes trying to understand what I'm reading, and I heard life insurance. If this is a dispute where a mom is thinking this happened over life insurance, or there's a dispute about who gets the life insurance or money that was put towards the wedding, and now they want money paid back to them because of maybe you got life insurance money for this and they said, well, we paid for half the wedding and we want that money back. I don't know what it is. There is a clear message here that there's disputes within the family around money, around this passing, around the wedding. This person definitely is not happy about this. They're sorry that you're going through this, and this is a message to their bride. They are sorry that you're having to deal with this. They don't condone what their family is putting you through. I just keep hearing, I'm sorry, I wish I was there. I'm sorry I left you with these burdens. I'm going to pull a final oracle card for you guys and read it from the book and wrap this up just to see, because I know it's getting long, and I don't know who stays for these long readings, but I'm hoping if it's digestible, it'll reach the person it's meant to reach. And then if you guys have questions, please comment, and I'll find a way to connect with you if this is your story and you want to go deeper, or ask questions, or have a private reading with me. I haven't officially opened those, but for some reason I was feel to put that out there. All right, final card here. Await the night. Okay, I knew it. When I was seeing the High Priestess and the Moon, the night. Okay, await the night, and she's sitting on a coffin. Something to do with the night is important. Nighttime. Did this happen at night? All right, I'm just going to read it from the book, and whether what it says in the book actually pertains to the situation, I do feel like there is an emphasis on something happening in the night, in the dark, secrets. I know that this means freedom. I've read it a few times. Yeah, freedom. A vampire sits upon her coffin, refreshed from her slumber. She is awake and ready. Bats surround her as moonlight begins to pour into the castle. While vampires cannot exist in sunlight, they are known to wake and hunt under the light of the moon. The night, therefore, is a symbol of freedom for them, since the vampire cannot live amongst the rays of daylight and are confined to the coffins until sundown. True freedom is living a life that allows for choice without constraint. We might think of freedom as being physical, like the vampire in her own coffin during daylight hours, but freedom of thought and expression, especially in being our authentic selves, is a privilege not everybody has the luxury of. If you have drawn this card, it can represent both the nature of being controlled and the act of releasing yourself from that restriction. Now might be the time to fight for your own freedom, whether that means doing what you wish to do, saying what is on your mind, or cutting ties with those who wish to hush you or keep you under their control. This card asks that you consider how free you really are within a given situation or relationship. What might you need to do to experience true freedom? All right, guys. So I think that speaks for itself. I'll let you take that as you will for apply it to your situation, but that was the final message that your loved one wanted to leave you with. Free yourself from whatever toxic situation either you found yourself in with their family, and don't feel bad about that. They're supporting that decision. If you found yourself dealing with conflict and you don't deserve that, they're saying you don't need to stick around just because of the tragic way that I passed, and it is my family. I love you, I support you, I miss you, and I'm sorry. You guys, I love this. If this is your reading, please connect with me. I'd love to hear from you guys. And Leo, please like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. I'd love to have you stick around, and can you continue to circulate these readings so that the people who come through, those people find the messages that are for them. I'm totally okay if it takes 5 years for this message to get out, and then 5 years from now I get a comment like, oh my gosh, this is my situation, and maybe this hasn't even happened yet, and you're meant to find it in a year, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know. I'm throwing it out there because that's what Spirit told me to do. So if you watched for entertainment purposes and this isn't your story and you enjoyed it, thank you. I appreciate you guys. I wish you guys the absolute best love and healing on your journey. And everybody else, have a great rest of your day. Bye, guys.